Hey there guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. I am so excited. I'm so excited because I've got a quick live tonight. I wanted to do a live on the importance of making your time count. Making your time count. That's what I'm going to teach on tonight. I'm going to keep this super quick, but really a powerful, important message in the summer. Hey there, Farida, good to see you. I wanted to do a live about making your time count because it's summertime, okay? It's summertime. Or it could be any time of the year that you're hearing this message. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of times people feel like, I'm not doing as much, or maybe you might be feeling like because of the summer months that, you're not as productive as you used to be, or maybe there's something else. And I want to talk a little bit about making your time count. We've got 5 months left until the end of the year. And so you've got plenty of time to hit your goals and hit your plans, hit your dreams, if you make your time count. So let me just get started. Hey, Kenyatta, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business and life coach. I got started in my company a long time ago. 16 years ago, I had this idea that I wanted to go to work as myself. Now, here's the tip. I had the idea that I wanted to go to work as me. I didn't have the idea that I wanted to go to work as someone else. I didn't have an idea that I wanted to Google search my purpose. I had an idea that I just felt that what I was doing professionally, I could go to work and do that for myself. Hey there, Candace, good to see you. And I decided that I would pursue that idea. So that's a tip. And my very first stop, I visited a small business resource center in my town. And I was told that my idea, in essence, mom coaching, that it didn't make any sense, that no one would ever pay me to coach moms. Can you believe that? And so I remember my heart being broken, because you know how sometimes when you have a great idea and you feel like this is it, and you just know you had a talk with God and he confirmed everything for you, and you just knew it was what you were meant to do, and then you talk to someone that didn't have that same conversation, that wasn't in the room, okay, and they say to you, they discount you, they tell you that what you want to do doesn't make sense, it won't work, or they ask you how to do it. Maybe none of you have ever experienced that, but that was my experience. And I remember in that moment feeling heartbroken. I remember in that moment feeling like, oh God, I thought that was a really great idea. And the idea would not go away. So I kept thinking about it over and over again. I just knew it was a calling that was on my life, based on my life. And so hear me on this. Everywhere I would go, moms would always ask me two questions. How is it that you do this with your kids? Or how is it that you always find time for you? Or how is it that you have systematic self-care processes? Things that I was just doing. I was just breathing, and maybe you're just breathing too with that big, ginormous gift and calling that's on your life. I kept looking for someone that could help me. Hey there, darling. And I ended up bumping into an amazing coach. And when I say this, I want you guys, I hope as I share my story, that you take notes along the way, because success leaves clues. I bumped into a coach. Now, the truth of the matter was, I was like Bonita. Bonita just wrote me a message saying, hey, would you message me? She's looking for a mentor. I was looking for a teacher. I was looking for a trainer. I was looking for a coach. I wasn't looking for any single person, and everybody was qualified to teach me. I was looking for someone that had these ingredients. 1, they knew how to package what they knew. They were living that way. 2, they had great relationships with their partner. They had a great relationship with their partner. It was important to me. 3, that they had a time-rich business, which meant that they generated their business not trading time for dollars, but from the comfort of their home. I was really interested in that. And I ended up finding that because that's what I was looking for. That's a tip. And I ended up working with one of the most amazing coaches ever. A lot of guys, you know who she is, Terry. She changed my entire life and world. And she was the right coach for me. And as a result of hiring a coach right out the box, because I was serious about my dream, I wasn't playing the dream, I wasn't thinking about the dream, I wasn't getting ready to get ready, I've been able to grow my business and change the lives of thousands of women literally around the world. I've done it in many different ways. One, whether it's writing a book and creating a course and a system that ended up being picked up by many Fortune 100 and 500 brands to be able to teach and coach moms around the world. Hey there, Evelyn. Or whether it is as a television personality and being signed to Emmy nominated and nationally syndicated shows as the mom strategist, changing the lives of women. And when I tell you this, I hope you hear my heart. I'm telling you that I had an idea, just like you have an idea. And I pursued that idea. And I got the right mentor. And I had the right coach. I had the right teachers. Hey there, Giant. I had the right teachers. And as a result of that, I was able to elevate my dream that much faster. So Letitia writes, that 1 hour session has been very motivational. Awesome. Trying to get not your coins together, because coins won't do, right? So you can join the network, right? What you want to do is do what you need to do so that you can generate the kind of significant income to be able to invest in whatever you want. And that's not coins, okay? It's not coins, okay? So the reality is that the reality is, and I'm so excited, it was my honor to speak with you. The reality is that I've been able to transform the lives of thousands of women literally all around the world from a dream. And whatever it is that's inside your heart and inside your mind, I want you to know it's possible. I don't care who's around you. I don't care who said you can't do it. I don't care who doesn't understand it. One of the things that I've come to understand is that when people don't get your dream, it's just that they're not part of your journey, right? They might not know what you know. They might not have had that same whisper in the ear. We're really fortunate, those of us who are able to hear what we're to do, visioning, or those of us who are able to really understand what a dream is and execute it. We're really fortunate that God speaks to us that way and we're able to hear. Hey there, Melly Williams, okay? So today what I want to talk about is, the fact of the matter is that we've got 5 months left to the year, 5 months. And that's plenty of time to hit your goals. And I don't care if you haven't hit any goal ever, or if you're like halfway to the goal, or maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you want to amp up and scale the goal. Hey there, darling. I want you to know there is plenty of time. I want some of you guys to write, as you listen to this, even on the replay, there is plenty of time. Hashtag, there is plenty of time. There is plenty of time for you to hit your goal. And what is required in order for you to hit your goal? I'm just going to cover a couple quick things, and then we're all going to move on. I'm going to go on a date with my husband, and you guys are going to implement, right? You agree to do this, okay? So one of the things that you have to decide is that hitting the goal is not optional, okay? Could somebody write that here? Hitting the goal is not optional. Thank you, Latish. Hitting the goal is not optional. Okay. So the reason that people don't hit their goal is because they're optional about hitting the goal. Let me explain what I mean. And you're going to say, okay, that was me. Okay. So the moment that you decide, let's use a small goal. Let's say your goal is to have $10,000 months to get started in your business. So yeah, maybe in your company, you're already making 6 figures and beyond. Maybe you're making 7 figures and beyond, but you've never hit $10,000 a month in your business, not trading time for dollars. All right. And that's your new goal. So when you set a goal, okay, you've got to stay on the goal. And the reason that a lot of people don't hit their goal, okay, is because they set goals, but they don't stay with the goal that they set. So they set a goal to hit $10,000 and the month starts and they're 30 days in and they don't think about the goal every single day. The goal's not posted all around their house. It's not inside of their wallet. It's not on their steering wheel. They have no connection with the thing that they say they're going to do. It's just something that they spoke. It was something that they were hoping. It was something that they were wishing. Conversely, what if you decided that instead of just having that $10,000 goal that you wanted to hit, that it was no longer optional to hit it? And you started asking different questions because it wasn't optional. And one of those questions would be, what is it that I am selling that would allow me to hit that $10,000 goal? And you start thinking about it, right? And you're like, well, I've got a product that's $3,000, okay, or $3,000. So you say, okay, I need to sell at least 3.1 of those a month, right? So you start thinking about it, right? Or maybe I've got a product that's $5,000. I need to sell 2 of those a month. And if you really thought about it, then you're really thinking about what is it that I have to support me in hitting that goal. And then what if you took it a little deeper and you said, okay, in order for me to do that, How many people do I need to talk to each and every week? What is my commitment level, right, in terms of sharing what I do with other people so that that dream becomes a reality? You following me where I'm going, right? So one of the reasons that people don't hit their goals is because they know what the goal is, the big goal, but they don't break the goal down. They don't ask themselves the most important questions, which is, what is it that I'm selling? Who do I need to serve? How many people do I need to serve every single week, have a conversation with to make this dream a reality? And what that shows you when you do that, it starts to show you what you have and what you don't have. Hear me on this. One of the things that might come forward is as you start saying, okay, I need to talk to, 15, 25 people a week. You might say, man, I don't have 15 or 25 people a week. So then you start saying, well, how can I get 15 to 25 people a week? Do I need to do a webinar? Do I need to do a teleseminar? You guys are following me in this. Do I need to, cold call? Do I need to ask friends who are influencers? See, the moment that you start to break down what will it take for you to get there, okay, then it becomes more realistic in terms of the activities that surround you hitting the goal. And you stay in it. I was talking to somebody recently, and it was one of my clients, and she was saying to me, she was like, wow, like I saw a post that you had on social media, and I'm like, wow, you're everywhere. And I was like, I'm really not everywhere. Like, I actually do very little. But the truth of the matter is, the perception is that I do a lot because I complete a lot. Hear me on that, okay? I complete a lot. Tonight we're talking about there is plenty of time to hit your goals this year. I'm sharing a couple of things from my heart to your ears that I hope will support you. I finish the stuff I start. So the reason that people feel like I get a lot done is because I do get a lot done. I get a lot completed, okay? But I don't really do a whole lot, okay? I mean, I work hard. I'm consistent. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not doing like 15 things a day. I do the same things really every single day. I'm not selling like a million programs. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to stalk other people's clients. I'm not trying to be everywhere on social media. I am where I am. And I am staying in my lane, doing the things that I know I do exceptionally well, creating amazing results for the people who I get to serve. And I know that my results speak for me. And as a result of that, I get to serve more people because then people get to see my clients creating great and amazing results. All right. And they go on and tell that story. Does that make sense? There's plenty of time. The second thing I want you to keep in mind, okay, is that there is plenty of time, is understanding that who you hang out with is an essential to whether or not you will hit your goal this year. So just pause right now. Let's just pause, okay? And I want you to think about, hey there, Sheila, and Dolores, and Tanya. Think about who's in your circle. Who's in your network? Are they hitting their goals? Are they your ambition level and beyond? One of the things that I find is I work with giants, women who are smart and sharp. They believe in self-investment. They're action takers. They're goal-getters. They're go-givers. And a lot of times they're the smartest and sharpest knives in their circle. And as a result of that, when you're the highest level in your circle, your friends are never going to challenge you to do more because you've already done more than them. And I think that it's so important to be around people that challenge you to be bigger. I think it's so important to be around people who speak another language, a language you need to learn in order for you to get to your next level. And, sometimes what I see with women who are giants and who are amazing, who are sharp, that they are uncomfortable with not knowing because they've known so much for so long, for many years. They're the leaders. And deciding to be a business owner means, and start something new means, that they have to be vulnerable and subject themselves to failing. And sometimes it's dealing with the perception of other people in your world and what will they think about you because they only know you to be successful. And what if this thing doesn't work? I want you to understand that that's illusion, and that illusion isn't real, right? You can't live your purpose worrying about what other people think about you. What they think about you has nothing to do with you. It is actually none of your business. There is a giant. Jackie Jones is in the house today. Hey, Jackie. And so, if that's been you, if you've been the smartest person in the room, I want you to understand this, that you have to invest to be in a room to have a different conversation. And for those of you who that's optional for you, it's not optional for me. I have an appetite. An appetite to invest in myself consistently. My coach is never looking for me to ask me to invest in myself. I'm looking for her. Okay? Why? Because I have an appetite to be in an environment with someone who has been there, who has done that. I have an appetite to have my saw sharpened. And when you have an appetite for that, I will tell you, it makes it a lot easier to hit your goals. A lot of people, the way that they relate to growing their lives is that they're in, one minute they're out, the next minute they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. But what if you just stayed in? What if you just stayed in wherever you are, right? You have an appetite, right? What if you stayed where you are so that you could grow? The third thing I want you to understand is that you got to understand the things that create a return on investment for you. Hey there, Barbara, good to see you. You got to understand the things that create a return on investment for you. Most people don't understand this, and hear me. We're almost done. There are very few people I've ever met in my life that have changed my life. My husband and I were talking about this in the kitchen yesterday. I said, I had a client that I talked to yesterday morning, Jackie Golden, and she was telling me, the impact of the coaching that she's received from me and how it's really changed her life, how she's looked at things, what she understands, and she's very early in the process, but it's been really transformational for her, and it was very emotional for her. And I said, I get that. I understand that. I said, there's not a moment that I am around my coach that I don't become weepy, because what I always thank God for is what I've had the greatest opportunity to learn as a result of the investments that I've made with my coach. I learned how to build a time-rich business. If I look at my life today, I think how many people in my life have taught me about this model? And I can count literally on one hand the people who've not even come close, but taught me even anything related to how to build a business, a time-rich business, which is what I do today. And that changed my whole life. And I understand that. I understand the return of the investment on that. I understand the value of the lesson. So a lot of times people don't understand the value of the lesson. So if you don't understand the value of the investment, you don't know what you've got. You don't know how to value what you have. Does that make sense? But I think about it all the time. When my husband was on dialysis and had kidney disease, I was so grateful that I built a business that allowed me to be free. I love the fact that I don't have a boss. I love the fact, well, maybe my contractor is my boss right now, but yeah, I don't have a boss, right? I'm repairing my house, right? So I'm making some changes to my house, so my contractor just basically tells me what to do all day long, all week long. However, I'm grateful for that, and I understand that had I not made and planted that seed for myself 16 years ago, where would I be? I would be at work, working 9 to 5, 9 to 7. I would be on the same trajectory as many people, and I'm not against it. But I understand the value of the advice that I invested in, and I understood it was uncomfortable. I understood it was going to take me time. I understood that I had to do the work. I understood it wasn't overnight, instantaneous success. But I'm so grateful for what I was exposed to, because it changed my whole life. And I've never met anyone else to talk to me about things like that. Most people talk to me about things that trading time for dollars, pretty ordinary stuff, all right? And I hope that you guys get that. Yes, Sheila said, yes, value what I have, seeking that guidance and wisdom on how to do so. It's so important, Sheila. And it is life-changing. It's changed my whole life. Literally, I think about it all the time. I've been able to see every single thing I want to see with my kids. I understand the value of having a high income skill, which is what I have. And I teach my clients how to monetize their high income skill. Okay. And as a result of that, I'm never concerned about, having to sell something or push something. I just have to add value based on what I know how to do. Yeah, Farida writes, yep, you were that one that changed my life. Happy I walked up to you that day. You're a giant. You are such a giant. I just love your reflection. I think you're absolutely amazing. And it's an honor to work with you. You do the work. You're consistent. And I promise you, I promise you, a year from now, your entire life will look different. Because my life too, it took me a minute to figure it out. But once I figured it out, I never looked back. And I always understood the value of the advice that I was getting. I think a lot of times people don't get it. They think like, they want overnight success, but they don't do things overnight. Ha ha ha. Okay, the fourth thing and the final thing that I'm gonna go, okay, is that there's plenty of time. But you gotta be persistent and consistent, okay? And one of the things you've gotta understand is that persistency and consistency over time wins the race. And the reason that a lot of people don't hit their goals isn't because of how smart they are, or how talented they are, or how great their products are. It's because they're inconsistent. They're not persistent. The moment that they hit an obstacle or wall, they stop, watch television, have a drink, go out, change what they're doing, go on vacation, take a break, get back to it, because they become frustrated. But I guess the thing that I always thought of is, man, what really would create frustration for me is if I had to live the rest of my life doing something that didn't make me feel alive. If I had to do run the rest of my life answering to someone that I didn't want to answer to. If I had to spend the rest of my life like not being able to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do, not being able to see my kids' plays at school and having to ask someone permission to do what I wanted to do, for me, that would be frustrating. But I think it's just a matter of what you want. And so to me, the greatest muscle to build as an entrepreneur is to be persistent and to be consistent over time, because it changes you. It changes what's available to you. Eventually, the things that were difficult for you become easier and easier. I didn't say easy, easier, okay? Because if it was easy, everyone would do it. And the truth of the matter is entrepreneurship isn't easy, but it can become easier with step-by-step processes. So, hey there, Kathy Miller Wilson, Giant. So that's what I have to share with you guys today. Did you get value being here today? If this is supporting you in any way, feel free to inbox me. I'd love to be able to set up a complimentary strategy session with you or with me or a member of my team, so we can support you in being able to figure out how to package what you know, how to price, position, find buyers, figure out for this upcoming year, the next 5 months, how can you achieve the goals that you truly want and have. And I'm telling you that it is possible. It's possible if you're willing to do those things that I just mentioned on this live. I'm going to try and come live another time this week. It's been busy because I've been picking tile and picking faucets, and I've been doing stuff, okay? But fun things. So I think the most fun I had this week, this is on a personal note, the most fun I had this week is I decided to put a sauna in my basement. And so going through that whole process of figuring out what I wanted to do and picking the sauna company and all of those things, man, that was like I got like a PhD in it. Okay, yes. Okay. You can refer her, Latish, by having her watch the webinar. If you're in the Mom Strategy group, you'll see the link for the webinars there, and also the link for strategy sessions are there. So I'm sure Jarvis will post also on this feed the link in response to your message in the next 24 hours, the link to the webinar as well, so we can get her that link. So anyone that wants to refer someone, have them watch the webinar and they can see if it resonates with them or not, and then we'll go from there. Are there any questions before I sign off? My husband and I are about to step out for a little bit. So are there any quick questions for me? Okay, thank you. Are there any quick questions for me? Okay, I want to thank you for your time. Emily, catch the replay. If you're watching the replay, let me know what you're thinking, okay? Let me know if you got value from this live. I hope so. My only goal is to support more women who are giants, who are ready to be as brave as they need to be to step into what that next level looks like, being 100% all of who you are without any excuses, showing up like the giant that you need to be. I love you guys. Have a great and amazing night. Bye.